Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. It's a classic festive tale with a Doctor Who spin. What more could you want for Christmas? We are so fucking back. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast, the only Doctor Who Rewatch podcast in the world, I might add. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, my companion, if you will, as we go on this adventure through time and space. His name is Lawrence Thomas Isey, and I bet he's got some shit to say.
I certainly do. Right, everyone listening to this episode right now, if you're part of the Discord, fantastic. If you're not, join the Discord for this specific reason. Out of 10, I want to know your opinions on that, because from what I could tell, that's just Nathan saying this is a Christmas special in a fancy way. Read it again. I want to hear it again.
I'll tell you it right now. That's what you got to fucking do, baby. You don't
Let me hear it.
You don't need to do any big fucking... The reason yours was shit, okay, is you try too much, okay? You try too hard. You try to do all these rhyming things. You just got to keep it simple.
Let me hear it.
I'll fucking tell you it right now, all right? It's a classic festive tale with a Doctor Who spin. What more could you want for Christmas? What else do you need?
I reckon if I'd have come out with that, you'd have laid into me until next week. That is unbelievable.
The reason I laid into yours, okay, and first of all, you voted for me, so pipe the fuck down.
Yeah, but that was so that I didn't have to do anything, not because I wanted what you had to bring.
And first of all, the reasons why they work is because it is simple. You don't need some big, elaborate fucking rhyme that doesn't work and your weird half rhymes and shit, okay?
They work plenty, all right? They work just as much as they need to.
Oh, really? Do you want to go back to them?
No, I don't want any of this. And Pierce, also, you're fired for that. Fuck you. All right.
Oh, what did Pierce do?
He sent them all in.
Oh yeah.
He put them all in. He wrote them all out. Bastard.
I don't think we can fire Pierce if we aren't paying him anything.
No, it's true. It's true. How does this work? This arrangement.
I don't know.
Does Pierce own us?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Pierce is firing us.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
He just takes control of the Discord server one day.
I mean, he could. We would have no way of stopping him.
It's so true. Don't give him any ideas.
Well, yeah, one day he could just go rogue and say, this is mine now. And he'd be like, that's it, I guess.
Oh my God. We can never, ever, ever push him too far.
There you go. There it is. Look, that was a great intro.
All right. Look, I understand where you're coming from. And I get that mine...
You go back and listen to my other intros. They're not trying to be anything big and fancy. It's clean and simple. It's what you need. It's an introduction to the episode.
I guess that's fair. And I'm happy to relinquish my complaints, if only because I don't have to intro anymore. Wait, are we alternating, or who? What was the vote? What was the verdict?
There was 3 votes played. I liked the one who was funny. Yeah, Nathan, Lawrence, or you're both painfully unfunny. And you're both painfully unfunny won by a fucking landslide. So that's great.
If that isn't humbling enough, then you got a further 2 votes where I got none. So there's
true.
that.
That is true. So I will hold that. All right. So the options for the intros were how should it work? So it should be yes, we keep alternating. No, Nathan forever, or Lawrence forever. Pick this one to piss off Nathan. Well done. Very funny. And
piss off me, by the way.
Alternating won by 1 vote.
Oh, get out of here.
Alternating is 7 votes. Nathan Forever is 6 votes.
Is the vote still open?
No, it's closed. The poll is closed.
Fuck.
So that's it. The election is done. We that's you next week. You're up. Batter up, baby. Unless you don't want to. I mean, this is our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
No, but if we introduce a democracy and then we start doing whatever we want, then we're no longer trusted.
We don't need to. This could be a dictatorship.
Yeah, true. And it's free. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, and it's free. Fuck you.
Yeah, we'll do what we want.
Anyway, Lawrence, happy Pride Month. What did you get me?
No. Well, in my defense, day of recording is 31st, so I've got at least a couple of hours. I've got an hour and 15 minutes until I need to come up with something.
Lawrence, you don't need to dox us with a date and time, okay?
I do. It's not too bad. It's not like it's out tomorrow morning or something.
Well, it's Pride Month, so...
What's that got to do with the episode coming out?
It's June, it's Pride Month, so this is our first episode in Pride Month. Happy Pride to everyone. Yeah. What did you get me?
Right. My presents. I tell you what, I got you the gift of letting you intro again. How's that?
Did you keep the receipt? Yes, happy Pride to everyone. Here's some quick shout-outs before we get started. A very big shout-out to Alison Lewis, who supported us on Ko-Fi. She supported to the running of the show.
Legend.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. As we mentioned, in no way necessary. You'll still get this for free no matter what, but it does help us keep things running here, so we very much appreciate that. Thank you, Alison Lewis, you absolute legend. Couple of birthdays this week in the Discord server. Emily Wemily had a birthday, as did Connor.
Nice.
So happy birthday to those. Hope you both had a great day. And if you had a birthday and didn't mention it, that's on you. So
Yeah, look, we can only work with what we know, right?
yeah, so let me know. I'll give you a birthday shout out. But
We're not these big companies. We're not mining your data. You've got to let us know. You've got to meet us halfway.
Yeah, Lawrence is not mining your data.
Yet.
The joke was that I was mining the data.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, I know, because you're bad.
Anyway, Nathan, ignore all of this stuff, right? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's Christmas.
Are you doing this Chrysler joke?
No, I just...
You said that really creepily. You went, it's Christmas.
Because that's how Amy says it in the episode.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, Lawrence, this is... All right, I've decided I'm going to do this a little bit different, because what I usually do on Christmas specials is I'll say it's Series 5, Episode 14, but it's not really, though, is it? It's kind of in between them. So I'm just going to say this is a Christmas special. It's called A Christmas Carol, written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Toby Haynes, the same directing duo from last week and the week before, and next week. And the week after. Yes, that's 5 episodes in a row with the same writing, directing duo. Which usually happens around about the end of series, because you have the end of series 2-parter, Christmas special, and then the opening of the series, which is always usually,
a big boom kind of situation.
Boom. Yeah.
Heavy hitters with the same team normally happens.
Maybe. Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
In some cases, in Series 3, you have the ending 3-parter as well. That's all directed by the same person.
No, that never happened.
I think it might have done.
Lawrence, we're not here to talk about 3-parters that may or may not exist. What we're here to discuss is, of course, a wonderful festive tale. It is, of course, A Christmas Carol. Have you seen this before?
Yes, I've seen it before. It will get close to the point where you have to start asking me that,
yeah,
but we're not quite there.
That's why. We're at technically at Series 6 now. Not really, but kind of.
Well, we're almost there.
So, this was filmed during Series 6, so there we are.
There you go, it counts. I have seen this before, but it felt very fresh. I have not seen this in at least 10, 15 years.
Because, it's not been out 15 years. So
there you go.
Very famously, it came out just over 13 years ago. Okay, if you know how to do maths, Lawrence. Okay.
Which I don't.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's okay.
Well, I feel like you're calling me out. It's fine.
Wait, I just made fun of your maths. Is that even right?
Oh, please let it not be.
No, it's right. Yeah, it's right. That works. That checks out. Yeah.
Thin ice. You seem so unsure.
I'm unsure now. I'm nervous.
What it is you went too hard on that, and now you're scared you're going to get corrected.
I am. I'm terrified. Someone's going to be like, actually, Nathan, I think you'll find.
It's the best and worst thing about this little community we've built. This humble following we've amassed is that now we're held accountable for things.
And trust me, we are held accountable. And trust me, if we get something wrong, we'll fucking know about it. Oh boy, do they let us know.
And good on them. Keep us humble. Keep us in line.
It's good stuff. I love it. I love it. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I'd seen this since it had come out.
You'd never rewatched it?
I don't think so. No.
What a horrible man you are.
Look, whenever I rewatch a Christmas special, you know me, I was an RTD1 stan, right? So I was always going to his Christmas specials. And look, I'm going to say, right, RTD1's is suffering on this fucking podcast.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
This is Is it the best Christmas special so far?
It is. Yeah, of course it is.
I
All the
think
others
it
have been
is.
boring compared to this.
What have we? Voyage of the Damned comes close. I like
Voyage of the Damned was pretty fun. Voyage of the Damned was the most distinct because it wasn't just set on Earth in the modern day Christmas. Neither was the Cyberman one, but that was awful. We all know how that went as well. Voyage of the Damned was probably the best, and it also had the Titanic, but not really the Titanic. So that was like a backhanded compliment for me. You know,
it wins
was
some
like,
points.
It giveth, but it also taketh away. You know, in the same sort of hand. Here's what you can buy me for Pride Month. You can buy me.
We're still on there.
Yeah, you can buy me the Lego Titanic set.
You're always going on about these massive Lego sets? And let me guess, this is close to $1,000 in price, right?
No, I think it's closer to 600, which isn't that bad.
Yeah, but if you round up,
no, but considering the size of it.
How big
is quite
it?
Big. It's fucking huge, mate. It's bigger than the Imperial Star Destroyer.
Fuck, that's a pretty big Lego set.
I think it's because it doesn't have the Star Wars license tag on it. So,
how does it stand up? Has it got like a?
It's
stand
got like a little stand on it. Yeah, it's got a stand. Yeah, big
I'm
boy,
intrigued.
beautiful.
If they were really brave, they should have made a Lego iceberg and got it to like balance off of it.
Well, that's the beauty of your Lego. You can just do that.
Yeah, true.
There's nothing stopping you from doing that. You know.
Hello, I need all these blue bricks, please. Why? Don't ask.
Don't worry about it.
None of your business.
Do you have any skeleton minifigures as well, please? Why? Don't worry about it.
Oh Lord. Yeah, man. Look, general thoughts. It's a perfect Doctor Who sum up, right? It's like, you know, traveling with the Doctor is supposedly like a lot of Companion's journey is like improving the Companion's potential to be a good person, even though they're obviously pretty good people to begin with. But it's more often than not about like showing them their untapped potential and making them the best version of themselves. And I like how this episode kind of is like, let's shotgun that concept and do it really quickly. And I also love it. We've spoken time and time again about this, but like I love it when it gets into the time travel of it, when it actually uses time travel in a meaningful way that is weaved into the story. And also, last general thought, it's a Christmas special that can't exist without Christmas. This isn't just some pilot fish with some Christmas hats on and some tinsel. It's actually baked into the story itself.
You will very quickly learn that when you watch all the RTD Christmas specials back to back, Christmas is very much an afterthought to these episodes. Like, it's a setting, but like if you changed it, would it really make that much of a difference?
Yeah,
not really. To any of them, really. Yeah, I don't think you could say a single one that Christmas is absolutely imperative to the plot of the episode. Really.
No, I don't think so. I think Voyage of the Damned probably comes the closest, but
but even
so
then,
far removed from Christmas.
Yeah, but even then, I'd say you could still change the setting and it would still work. Really.
Whereas this, you can't.
You can't. It's imperative. It's a Christmas Carol. It's basically an adaptation of the fucking Dickensian tale. So. That's amazing. A Doctor Who adaptation of a classic Christmas story. It's great.
Yeah. I think I kind of knew that going into it, but I was unprepared for immediately how quickly Scrooge was presented to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this leaned full tilt into this kind of idea.
I can't believe you haven't watched this since it first aired. What a horrible man you are. You're a Scrooge yourself.
So I love Christmas. You know I love Christmas.
No, you're the Scrooge of this podcast. No.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, general thoughts for you. I presume it is something.
What are you implying, Lawrence?
Well, Nathan, I don't want to take your catchphrase.
And you better not, because I don't know about you guys, but I got a hankering for some... I'm running out of ways to say this, all right? It's a banger. It's a certified banger, okay? Yes, mashed potatoes, spuds, tatty tots, whatever you want, hash browns, here we go, all right?
Yeah.
This is a certified banger. In every single way. It's beautiful. It's a Christmas tale. You got heartfelt emotion. You got heartbreak. You got some great performances. You got Matt Smith. You got the amount of lines I quoted in my notes during this episode is off the fucking charts, mate. There's just so many great, just like one-liners here and there all the way throughout. It's so good. It's a beautiful festive tale, and I'm looking forward to discussing it now.
I do. Yes, I mean this is the place for it. I do like that it comes straight off the back of Series 5 ending, and like anyone normal would be out of juice at this point. You know, I need to take a break. I've just committed to one of the finest seasons of like little sci-fi fantasy TV ever. and now I put my feet up and I rest. But nope, he just comes straight back out with like another thing that also feels fairy tale. Like he hasn't dropped that. That wasn't just exclusive to Series 5.
Yeah, no, it is definitely is a running theme throughout the era. It's also like, I should stress, it is like 6 months after Series 5. Like,
No, but he would have had to have got on it. Like,
yeah, but like there was a break, you know.
no, yeah, well, look, I'm saying he probably had himself a little 2-week holiday.
Okay.
For sure. But I'm just saying, all right, it would behoove me to take a year off after making something like Series 5.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's why I'll never be asked on to write for Doctor Who.
No, and we're all thankful for that.
Yeah, well,
to this day.
I could have some amazing ideas. You just don't know what they are. I'll bring back the Slitheen and make them fart more.
Please.
It's just one episode of a Slitheen just ripping ass for 45 minutes.
No, and that is the day Doctor Who is finally cancelled. Okay.
Yeah, well, you say that. Anyway, let's jump in. Where do we open?
We open on a big Star Trek-like ship.
It's so Star Trek.
It's very Star Trek. It's racing through these clouds. It's crashing up a storm. Christmas is cancelled, the captain dramatically tells us. She boards the bridge of the USS Enterprise. It was good, though.
There are... is it like an outright parody? Because there's like proper lens flares and everything. It's
not an outright parody. It's not like a one-to-one comparison. It's just borrowing the aesthetic, I would say.
They've got like the little... what are they called? Like the little sigils on their uniforms.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like
just a space thing.
Yeah, no, but it's very specific space thing, isn't it?
Star Trek is just vague military, isn't it? You know?
I'm pretty sure the captain like stands on the bridge as well. I'm pretty sure like that's a Star Trek
standing
thing.
on the bridge is exclusive to Star Trek.
No, but like there's always those shots of Kirk standing on the bridge, and it's like everyone else is sat down, but I'm stood up. I'm the captain.
And how do you want her to get there? Do you want her to float?
No,
she has to stand on the bridge to get there. You know?
I want someone to pull in a wheelie chair for her, wheel her to her space, and then she stands up.
This wasn't 2010. They weren't as accessible thinking back then. So
okay, fair enough.
They wouldn't have done that. So
curse them, curse.
Yeah.
Well, they should have been more forward thinking. I like this. There's a guy with like a little red visor as well. That's a Star Trek thing, I'm sure.
I regret bringing up this Star Trek thing now because
I don't even like Star Trek that much. I've seen the new films and that's about it. But
I know it was one off the cuff remark. All right, it's kind of like Star Trek, but. Shut up, all right? Anyway, the ship is crashing, but a distress signal has been sent from the honeymoon suite. And then Amy appears wearing her police uniform once again.
She's back at it, man. She can't be tamed, this woman.
We're back. And not only, but she's not alone, Lawrence, because also her now husband is here, dressed as a Roman. What kind of kinky situation were these two getting up to? The police woman and the Roman?
This is a scenario I would love to hear the logic of. Like, I would love to know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. Okay. Wait, hang on. No, I wouldn't.
I would. All right. So you're a Roman who's jumped through time and has found a helpless police officer who needs a big, strong Roman to help. Okay, go.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, we're going to act out this kinky
Who do I get
scenario.
to be? I'm the Roman.
You're Amy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, yeah, no, you're the Roman. I'm Amy.
Okay. Hi.
I'm uncomfortable. Let's move on.
I said hi.
I know. And I'm immediately maced to the face. It's immediate pepper spray.
Yeah, so anyway, I like that they're like their growing embarrassment as like it becomes clear that like everyone knows they're from the honeymoon suite, and Amy's like, oh my god, this is literally my worst nightmare.
Oh, shut up, please, just ignore it. Yeah. Anyway, though, they just sent off a distress signal. Then we see the TARDIS flying up alongside the ship. There's an incoming transmission, a message, and it just appears on the screen, "Come along, pond," as the TARDIS flies off. Amy tells us it's Christmas, and then we go into the titles.
Dun, dun, dun. Has Arthur Darvill been in these titles for a while?
No, this is a new addition.
Nice.
Arthur Darvill has been added to the titles now. He's officially in there. We won.
A series regular for the ages, is what we say.
Yes, indeed. This is what we like to see. We love Arthur Darvill.
It's good stuff. Anyway, on this planet, Nathan, there is a space laser shooting a beam into the sky. And then we pan down to what is essentially just a little Victorian England Christmas.
Well, it's steampunk. It's not Victorian, it's steampunk.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
Steampunk is a very specific aesthetic, which this is. It's kind of like it's Victorian, but also like future, but not. You know?
Yeah.
It's
But they've got that laser.
Yeah, they got that laser, and they got like goggles, and they'll have like cogwork spaceships and stuff like that. You know, it's like it's future but Victorian.
You've got enough of the Victorian to make it still feel like it could conceivably be an episode of Doctor Who filmed on a budget. Because I
don't think any part of this looks like it was filmed on a budget.
I think there's a few.
I think the budget jokes of Doctor Who are long over by this point.
Do you reckon?
For 2010, this looks fine, mate. For a 2010 TV show, this looks incredible, I would say.
I guess there are some moments, some wobbly
If you're
things.
comparing this to the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
I'm not.
Then,
And
yes,
you know I'm
okay.
not.
Okay, but for a TV show in 2010, I think it looks great.
I guess I'm more talking about like the use of space. Like it's very like, you know, the big mansion is mostly a room and a fridge room. Like,
And what's wrong with that? And
No,
they
nothing's
use it
wrong
well?
with it.
They use it well.
You always do this. I bring up one thing and then you're like, and what do you think is the massive problem with that? If you think this is some Titanic-esque problem, then
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
outrageous behaviour from you. There's a little street urchin boy. We always love a street urchin boy.
Where's this street urchin boy?
He's just there in the pan down to the thing. He's just like collecting his newspaper from the bloke or whatever.
What day is it, sir? Why is Christmas Day? I love doing that. Anyway, yes, we get a Michael Gambon narration over this little steampunk Christmas town. I like this. He's like, oh, it's Christmas or whatever. Oh, we're halfway out of the dark. We all celebrate Christmas or whatever. But he calls it expecting something for nothing, as he says.
I love Michael Gambon's casting in this.
He's
right?
great, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's a voice that the general British public, you know, have learnt to associate with a kind-hearted man.
Who's that?
Some wizard he plays in some series that no one knows about.
No, I've never heard of that.
No, nor have I. But you know,
No.
we may have to acknowledge it at some point. Considering, is it too early to say that all my notes are Dumbledore, young Bulldor, and teenage Bulldor?
I've not called him that once. I flat out refuse. That's how petty I am.
no.
Okay, that's how petty I am.
It's gonna be real hard for me to not say my notes.
Every time you do, I'm just gonna be like, "Who's that?"
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
No, but it I will say that the public have learned to associate a nice, like normally an old man giving a voiceover at Christmas is typically like a nice thing. You know, like it's
Yes.
typically a warm-hearted gesture, a nice kind of endearing introduction or kind of capping of a piece of media. And he just abruptly turns. It's like, expecting something for nothing. And you're suddenly like, oh, fuck. Okay, this guy's a miserable old bastard.
He's very much a bit of a Scrooge character.
You
if
could
were.
say, yeah.
You could say, yeah, you might say, yeah. Probably not, though. It seems a bit too on the nose, if you ask me. Anyway,
Yeah, maybe.
Catherine Jenkins is here. Well, we got some big names. We got some big guest stars in this episode. We got Michael Gambon. We got Catherine Jenkins. We got others.
Is it too early to say I have no idea who Catherine Jenkins is?
You don't know who Catherine Jenkins is?
I don't.
Very big back in the day. There was, in the, like, late 2000s, there was this kind of trend where, like, opera music was big again, where, like, opera music was kind of popular. There was, like, Il Divo and Catherine Jenkins and, like, G4 and some other sexy group of young men who were on Britain's Got Talent singing opera music or some shit.
Stavros Flatley.
Stavros, no, they were the guys who just danced.
I almost got you.
You did. Well done. But no, there was this trend of like opera music being quite big in the late 2000s, and Catherine Jenkins was part of that. She was very big at the time. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that the opera that happens later on?
Oh, it's not coincidental, mate. No, it's
No, I guess that this woman was a talented singer, but there's like, that's her?
yeah, that's her singing. This is her job. She's an opera singer.
That's like, for me, that like level of disconnect is like, you know that joke about how like when Susan Boyle first came on stage, everyone was like, this woman's gonna suck because of how she looks, and everyone was
because
really
she's
mean.
ugly. That's all
Yeah.
Britain's Got Talent is, by the way. All Britain's Got Talent is look how this fucking person looks. What a fucking idiot. Let's all bully this person. Oh, wait, they're actually good at something. They deserve our respect.
And then Anton Deck turning to the camera in the wings and just being like, what a cunt.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know? What a horrible show. Anyway, go on.
But that's like the level of disconnect I had. Like, you know when a voice doesn't look like it should be coming from someone?
It very much is her voice, mate.
I believe you. I'm just saying. I guess it's because they like recorded it after as well, and it's like she's lip syncing it. Yeah, that doesn't help. But yeah, anyway, we'll get to all of this, Nathan.
She's not singing it live. It's not Les Mis, you know?
Yeah.
2012's Les Mis. Tom Hooper.
So this good. Well done. This is where that budget's showing. They should have been filming it live. Capturing that magic live, the Christmas magic. What? By the way, I meant to ask you this because you've seen more soaps than I have, right?
Yeah.
What is it about them that makes them all look like that? And you know what I mean, like as well. Like,
yeah, it's
they're
like
smooth.
It's got a very smooth, sort of like high frame rate look, really, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't know.
I guess just a quicker, easier way of shooting, I suppose.
I think it is shot like a higher frame rate. I think just because I don't know, they want that kind of like real world look. Don't know, like soaps are not meant to be some like, you know, they're supposed to reflect the real world. Aren't they? They're supposed to be like just a window into, you know, like a street in fucking London or some shit. You know?
That's why there's never any like all the plots are hyper realistic, but it never looks like it's a bombastic TV show. No one ever slows down or slow-mos or anything.
No.
Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, sidetrack.
Anyway, yeah. There we go.
So a family have secured a loan for it's not $4,000. They say it's for something.
4,500 like guineas or some shit. It's not guineas because that's an old-fashioned like currency that farmers used to use, but I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Red Dead? Did they use guineas?
No, they didn't use guineas in Red Dead.
I'm sure they used them in a game at some point.
I don't know if they use them in a game. You might be thinking of Warhorse if you've seen Warhorse, either the movie or the play.
I've seen both the movie and the play.
Well, there you go. They use guineas there when they're like, "I'll buy that horse for 500 guineas, thank you."
It'd be that then. That's exactly.
And then
what
someone's
I was
like, "I'll take fucking 600 guineas for that there horse."
It was that I was thinking of, and definitely not famously American Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. By the way, go see Warhorse if you get a chance. Fucking amazing play. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm not
so good.
I was young when I saw it, but it's fucking great. Yeah,
so good. Play so good. Movie kind of boring, but play fucking amazing.
When they bust out that horse on the stage,
it's so good.
Yeah, and here's a twist as well. It's not even a real horse. They do some play stuff.
It's 4 dudes just puppeteering it, but it's fucking beautiful, man.
But through the magic of theater, you go, wow, that's a horse.
Wow, that is a horse. You know, that is a war horse if I ever saw one.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about Warhorse.
Right, what's his name? I'm not allowed to call him Wizard.
Michael Gambon or Kazran.
Okay, I'll call him Michael Gambon.
Okay.
He's got a frozen woman in his possession. Yeah,
it's Catherine Jenkins, Lawrence, the famous opera singer.
Well, now I know this, Nathan, but I didn't want to be disingenuous like I knew it before. I didn't know this.
Okay.
So anyway, he's got her for insurance secured a loan. What a dystopian, horrible thing.
Yeah. We do get more into that a little bit later. That just like people are currency here, which historically not great. But you know, it's. I think it's just painting a picture of just not a nice man, basically. The Scrooge of the picture. If you Scrooge, that's a good parallel. He's kind of like Scrooge. Wow. Should have used that.
If only someone had called you before.
If only the moth had thought of that. If only he'd connected that dot.
I do like that the family show up and they're like, can you just let her out for a day? We haven't seen her in ages. It'd be nice to just have her for a Christmas. And he's like, how much was the loan? 4,000 guineas or whatever. And he's just like, no.
Yeah.
Fuck off. She's my freezer woman.
Yeah, she's my fridge lady. You're not having her. Yeah. What a nasty old man. We hear the TARDIS landing, but instead of seeing it appear, instead we have the Doctor come down the chimney, making a big old mess, wiping off all the soot and the dirt on him. He's having a great time. He says, Christmas Eve on a rooftop, saw a chimney and thought, what the hell?
Yeah.
He's having a bit of fun. I like this.
I love that he's like, you almost get that extended moment where normally when the TARDIS materializes around people, they like look for it and then they see it.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, everyone just kind of looks for it and no one sees it. It goes on for just that little bit extra.
It's true. It's true. Doctor mentions that the fat fellow will be along in a moment, or be along a little later, and then the kid's like, "Oh, there's no Father Christmas," and he's like, "Oh yeah, well here we are, fucking me, Father Christmas, and Albert Einstein." And I love the idea of these three characters: the Doctor, Albert Einstein, and Father Christmas, all going out on the lash together.
Yeah,
right.
What do they talk about?
Here, fucking incredible stuff. I love that. And I love that he says keep the faith as well about Santa Claus in a Christmas special for Doctor Who. That's quite fun.
It is nice. And I like that he's also got a secret name, which is Jeff.
Yes, he does, yeah. There's something so funny about the name Jeff, isn't there?
It's so, you know why it is.
It's so funny. I don't know why, but it's very funny.
Every now and again, I just reconnect to that "My Name Jeff" meme, because it became. It was
not
funny.
That. It was it's nothing to do with that, and I've never found that funny. For the record,
right? Okay. You're wrong because here's the thing, right? It started and it was funny, then it got overdone to death, right? And then it became not funny, and now it's circled back round to the point again where I saw the clip the other day, and truly, no one has ever read a line like that before. No one has ever said Jeff in that way, and that is what makes it funny.
I think it's genuinely because I've never actually seen the movie. I've never seen the movie. I've only ever seen the fucking clips, which at the time was on Vine, just posted over and over again. Just like, "My name Jeff," and this was the height of comedy to some people, and I was just like, okay,
it's the build up, man.
That and D's nuts. D's nuts was so big, and I was like, yeah, funny. It never hit me at all.
D's nuts I've never found funny because everyone in the video finds it funny. And I'm like, you're all idiots.
And that's the same with fucking My Name Jeff. It's
not.
Anyway, the reason Jeff is funny is because it specifically has to be spelled Geoff, all right?
Okay.
If it's Jeff, it's not funny. But if it's spelled Geoff, hilarious, okay?
Why?
I don't know. I can't explain it, but it just is. All right. There's just something about spelling Jeff that way which makes the name so much funnier. I've always wanted, you know this, I've always thought that the funniest thing a person can do is have a cat with a very human name.
Yes,
okay?
You love that, yeah.
And I very much want a cat, and I want to call that cat Jeff, just because I think that's fucking hilarious, okay?
It is good. It is always fun when you see a cat with an uncharacteristically human name.
Yeah.
My friend used to have a kitten and it was called Dave. And it was,
see, that's good. Yeah, that's good stuff. I love that.
Anyway, in and amongst all of this, with the Doctor arriving, we're getting kind of little snippets of conversation. The President is trying to get Michael Gambon on the line.
Yes.
Because there's a ship that's going to crash and 4,000 people are going to die on the ship.
4003, I believe.
There we are.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That is not good. The Doctor sees a big control station thing, and he goes, big flashy light things got my name written all over them. Not actually, but give me time and a crayon.
Yeah.
Always makes me laugh. Always kills me, that line.
Do you know what? The writing for the Doctor has been so on point recently.
Yeah, it's so good in this episode. He gets so many just great one-liners just off the cuff, which are very good. I've written probably too many of them down. Here's another one, which isn't funny, but it's a beautiful line. It's just the moment where the Doctor notices Catherine Jenkins in the box, and he's like, "Who's that?" And Michael Gambon says, "Nobody important." And so the Doctor says, "Nobody important? Blimey, that's amazing. Do you know, in 900 years of time and space, I've never met anyone who wasn't important before." What a line.
It's such a good line, right?
And what a thesis statement about the Doctor as well, you know? Just a great sum up of this character.
It's the way that he follows it up with, if that wasn't enough to gauge his character, he follows it up with one of them trademark 11 stares where he's joking, but he will murder you.
Yeah. He does that well. Yeah.
It's a fine line. And he's not gonna murder him, but it's one of them stern stares that's that was one of your warnings. You're not gonna get many more from me.
Well, you say he's not going to murder him, but he does have a line in a little bit where he goes...
Yeah.
He does a specific line. He says, "There are 4,003 people I weren't allowed to die tonight." Do you know where that puts you? 4,004. That's cold, man. That's cold.
Look, when he gets down to it, priorities, man. Fuck him, yeah.
It's good. I like it. The controls to control the cloud belt is actually isomorphic.
And the doctor's like, there's no such thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you got short memory. You know they're a thing. You felt very undone from them being a thing.
Yeah, but whatever.
When you were a dog person or something in a tent.
He was a dog person.
When the master was like making him be a little dog in a tent, remember?
he was an old. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
He did put a collar on him and give him like a food bowl, didn't he?
They were doing all sorts of freaky business.
It was a little bit freaky.
Yeah. So yeah, I found that weird. Maybe I don't know, just different showrunner, I guess. But Stephen Moffat's not got he's not got like tunnel vision on when it comes to his Doctor. He's often reference stuff.
I mean, people care way too much about little stuff like that. Like, who cares?
But it's this show.
Yeah, but who cares? Though, really?
If this was something you cared about, if this was something that Russell had done a couple of seasons back in an episode you didn't like, you'd lose the wool.
No, I don't think I would. I genuinely, with Doctor Who, I'm so much like, yeah, it's whatever, man, because it's so in flux and it's so timey-wimey and things can be rewritten and it changes all the time. Some stuff doesn't bother me, but then some stuff really bothers me, so I don't know. So maybe I would. I don't know.
If you're new here, we have a very specific rule set for this show. And we don't know what they are, but we know when we see it.
Yeah, we can't figure out, so fucking good luck trying to. But hey, that's the show, baby.
So anyway, the thing that is isomorphic that the Doctor can't control is it's a weather machine, right? It essentially controls the weather in the sky. It
controls this big cloud belt, which is what the ship is stuck in when it can't get out, basically.
Yeah, it's fish or something. There's fish in the sky. Or some
spoiler alert, we don't know about the fish yet.
Oh, there's fish.
We don't know about the fish.
Okay, fine, I'll hop back on the fish.
Spoilers.
Anyway, there's one thing that I do appreciate, and it's just how committed they are to the Scrooge thing, where it's like, do you know how easy it would be to not let 4,000 people die? And at this point, right, the events that shape his worldview on death haven't really happened to him at this point.
Well, no, but you'd say that there would be a different circumstances. It's not like nothing has happened to him. It's just that we don't know what has happened to him.
Yeah, anyway. I know something different than what. Yeah, that ends up. Yeah, time travel, weird. But anyway, I just like that it's so easy for this man to save 4,003 people, and he's just like, fuck them. Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, he's not a nice bloke. He's a bit of a bloody Scrooge. Anyway, this kid throws a little rock or like a ball of soot or something at Kazran, and then he's like, "Oh, you fucking little cunt!" And then he like goes to like beat the shit out of him
in the Doctor Who Christmas special.
Yeah, he goes to like beat. Well, he's sure he's a mean old man going to beat a kid in the Christmas special, but then he doesn't because he remembers his dad or whatever.
One of them, he does an emotion. He does one of them classic emotions.
Yeah, and this is where the Doctor has a very, I don't know if you noticed this, but it was very Sherlock for a second. It was.
Oh, it really was. Yeah,
it was. I feel like Stephen was practicing for his big deduction scenes because it was suddenly just a very Sherlock-esque deduction sequence from the Doctor here, where he notices the picture of his father and the position of the chairs around the room and how none of them are looking at the portrait. So ergo, that must mean that, I don't know, because his dog's fucking hairs on the chest or whatever the fuck Sherlock says, this means that somehow he's angry at his father or whatever.
Look, is it an impossible deduction to make?
No, I don't think so. I think it's quite reasonable.
And I'll forgive it because this Doctor, as we've discussed many times in season 5, is quite. He observes a lot.
Yes,
he's able to take in quite a lot of context from seemingly not a lot of detail.
It's no scratches around the fucking charging hole of your phone scenario, which to this day, every time I plug my phone in, I still think about,
It's every now and then I think about it, and I'm like, imagine if the person just had like Parkinson's or something.
You're clearly an alcoholic.
Yeah, and Sherlock's just like, get help. It's criminal behaviour from him.
It's quite ableist, really.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, we have fun here. Anyway, there's little fish.
Oh, spoilers, Nathan.
No, now we can talk about them.
Okay,
there's little fish swimming in the air. Very cute. Yeah,
they are very cute. What's going on after the fishies?
So basically what happens is the Doctor is trying to like figure out what's going on. He's on the phone to Amy, who's still stuck on the ship, and he's trying to figure out how to get the ship out on the Cloud Belt. He basically says to himself, the ship can't land unless a very bad man suddenly decides to turn nice just in time for Christmas Day. And then Amy's like, I can't even hear you. What's that going on in the background? It's a Christmas carol. And he has to say that over and over again. And then finally, boom, the penny drops. He has the idea.
Yeah.
He's going to do a Christmas carol. He's going to steal some intellectual property. And here we go, boys. We got a story.
So Stephen Moffat is stealing a Christmas carol, writing the Doctor stealing a Christmas carol.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's public domain, though.
Oh, yeah. But it's
so
more
it's
just
fine.
the funny aspect of it.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea it's a great premise for a Christmas story, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the classics for a reason, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do like that because obviously he did observe that he hates his father. He doesn't want to slap the boy and succumb to being his father. The Doctor has the first of a couple of times it's mentioned in this episode where he should enjoy Christmas because it's like him. It's half out of the dark. And I was like, oh, it's what a lovely testament to like someone that is bad, but they can't really help being as bad. They're a product of who made them and who raised them.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what? That's lovely because it even shows that even though this guy is standing in front of the Doctor being like, 4,000 people can die, fuck them. I've got people locked up in my freezer. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right? Pay me $1 million and maybe I'll let you see him for a day or whatever. It's still the Doctor recognizing in everyone there is a tiny bit of redemption that's possible, which is lovely.
There's hope there. There's hope there.
Even if you've got to move heaven and earth to fucking get it out. Yeah.
It's enough. And the Doctor can work with that.
Yeah.
So Kazran is asleep in his little mansion or whatever. And while he's asleep, an old video starts to play that he made during his childhood. We see a young Kazran talking to the camera, starting his YouTube vlog in Korea before his dad comes in, which is just Michael Gambon in a goatee, which is great.
I love that because they shot themselves in the foot by being like the dad has to look enough like him in the portrait for the Doctor to notice it so he can have his Sherlock moment.
So yeah, it's just Michael Gambon again, but he's got a different beard. And then he just comes in and starts beating the shit out of Kazran. And Kazran's like, no, I don't like this. So yeah.
Elegantly put, Nathan. Just comes in and beats the fucker.
Well, no, he doesn't do that, but he's not a nice guy, basically.
Yeah.
We see that the Doctor was the one who set up that projector, and then he refers to himself as the ghost of Christmas past, which is quite fun.
It is fun. He does that thing where he was like, don't bother calling for your servants because they've all won the lottery. And this is his go-to.
It is his go-to.
So many people have won the lottery.
Even though there's no lottery on this planet, he found a way, you know?
He goes, like I said, they were really lucky. he does it again in a minute. It's like,
he does it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Kazran angrily kicks him out of his house, and he says, yeah, fine, I'll go, but I'll be back. Way back.
Yeah.
Way back. And I love this moment so much because we see him heading to the TARDIS, we hear the engines fire up, and then we see the video of young Kazran, and we see the TARDIS land in Kazran's video in real time. And it's just always been really cool to me, the fact that we've got like a video which is essentially a historical document has suddenly become essentially a live broadcast directly from the past, which is just, I don't know, it's just cool. It's really interesting.
It is really interesting. This was the exact moment I went, why haven't I been watching this one more? Because it's like, it's everything I want from the show, right? It's like, the Doctor, it's such a fine line to tread for a writer, I'd imagine, where the Doctor is getting one up on someone by being kind.
Yeah.
And like just going and being a pleasant person to a younger version of him. And you can see older Michael Gambon being like, no, stop it. He says it again, you know, your babysitter your normal babysitter won the lottery. And he's like, there is no lottery. He's so annoyed that the Doctor is able to wield this much power over him, which is brilliant.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, who'd have thought that fucking having a wonderful magical box that can take you anywhere would be a useful device to use in a story, you know?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to just be the doorway to get you to the setting at the beginning and the end of the episode, you know? It can be something you use throughout it. We've said this so many times by now, but it's one of the best things Moffat ever did to the show, really. Just fucking using the TARDIS more than just the door, really.
Yeah, because it was relegated to that for not always. It's not a one-to-one rule or anything, but there's so many moments where in the earlier kind of revival series where they got the TARDIS somewhere, and then the TARDIS was like, "Oh no, we lost access to the room the TARDIS was in."
The TARDIS is gone, and that's not exclusive. Like that happens in Moff era as well. Like that's not exclusive to RTD. But
what do they call it? Professor Xing the TARDIS or something.
Professor X and the TARDIS. Yeah. But it's more so just the case that like Stephen Moffat he plays around with time travel more. Like it's a time travel show, and he actually uses the element of time travel just to a lot more and a lot more effectively. I think personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good stuff. I enjoy it. The Doctor explains that Kazran's past is going to change, which means his memories will too. There's always a moment which makes me laugh where Kazran is like, "That never happened," and then he turns around and dramatically goes, "But it did."
Yeah, yeah. He gets it, man. He gets Doctor Who. You need this level of like cheesy, campy deliveries to work.
Yeah. Oh. Great moment where again another just really great line from Matt Smith where he's like looking around young Kazran's room. He opens the cupboard doors and he just says, "This makes me laugh so much." But he goes, "Do you know there's a thing called a face spider, just like a tiny baby's head with spider legs, and it specifically evolved to scuttle up the backs of bedroom cupboards." What a terrifying thing to say. And then later on, Kazran asks him when they're in the cupboard, you go, "Do you think there are any face spiders in here?" And he goes, "No, they'll all be in your mattress by this point."
Yeah. Firstly, it's haunting, right? What a horrifying thing to say. But secondly, I love that they never let the 11th Doctor get too human. Like, just as he starts to become like someone that you can really, really relate to and understand fully, he just comes out with a line like this, and you're like, "Oh yeah, this guy's fucking insane."
Another one I love. I think you'll find I'm universally recognized as a mature and responsible adult. Yeah. And then he shows him the psychic paper, and Kazran's like, "I heard that's just a bunch of wavy lines, mate." And he's like, "Oh fuck, a lie too big. I finally shortened it out." That's good stuff.
It turned on him. The psychic paper was sick of all the lies.
He's had enough. Yeah.
I can't possibly what do they want to do? This off.
They want to catch a fish.
Yeah, well, Kazran more so than anyone.
Well, Kazran wants to catch a fish, so they catch a fish. But Kazran's like, "Isn't it dangerous? Won't it be dangerous?" And the Doctor goes, "Dangerous? Come on, we're boys." And you know what boys say in the face of danger? Mummy.
I do like their method to it though, because like you say, Kazran is upset. He hasn't got a fish, and he missed the school trip where a big fish came and fucked their shit up or something.
It wasn't a school trip. It was just at school.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
There was at school, and then the fish came down or whatever, and everyone saw fish, but he didn't because he was sick that day or whatever.
So there were I couldn't really class them as characters, but these characters were on the weirdo block earlier until I've decided against them. Right.
Okay.
Are the people from Kazran's school, the students?
Okay. Yeah, I would have disqualified that, not characters.
Yeah, which is why I eventually didn't go with it, but I'll share it here anyway, all the same. Right.
Okay.
There's this when Kazran's like, "Now they've all got stories." I'm like, well, they've all got one story.
The same story.
The same. So they're all at school being like, "Do you remember when this big fish?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was there too."
Yeah.
Me and all. Anyone that has this story was a part of this story.
Yeah, it would be excluding though if it happened to everyone, and then you're the only one it didn't happen to. You know?
I'd earwig on a few conversations and then just be like, "You didn't see me? I was right there. I was behind the fish."
Yeah, but then one of them would be like, "You went there, Kazran, you little bitch. You're a little bitch.
Prove it." And then I'd fucking put him in a freezer.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, fuck, say that again.
You're in a freezer now, bitch.
Yeah. Let's defrost you in 1,000 years, see if you think differently, bitch. Money changes people.
It does, clearly. Okay, so what happens?
They get a pulley system for the Sonic.
They do, yeah. They attach the Sonic onto a little piece of string, and then they're hiding in the cupboard, like essentially doing a little bit of weird Sonic fishing or whatever. I think there's a great moment here when because they get like a little nibble on the Sonic, and then there's a cool moment where the Doctor is like, he's about to head out into the bedroom and to see what's going on, and Kazran is like a little bit cautious about this. He's like, "Hey, I don't know, it might be scary or whatever." And then the Doctor's like, "Hey, eyes on the tie, the bow tie. Okay, I wear it and I don't care. That's why it's cool. And then what we do is we cut back to older Kazran, and we see him wearing a bow tie as well. And we're like, has he always been wearing that? I don't know. It's cool.
It's one of the moments that make you go like, was this inspired by?
Yeah. I like it. I like moments like that.
I do too, because it's the first kind of inkling you get that things are changing a little bit for him, but you can't quite work out. It's not concrete yet. Yeah. Like, well, I don't know. I didn't see if he was wearing it before all this started. It's not really the point. The point is you're supposed to have that moment in the back of your head.
Definitely.
I like it when they use the Sonic like this. I always give the Sonic some stick. I like to kind of...
Oh, don't diss the Sonic!
Yeah, see, that purely a button because of my ramblings about how anti-Sonic I can be.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
I like it when it's used differently like this, when it's like, it's a fishing rod. And the Doctor's like, I don't have a fishing rod. I'll put the Sonic there and make a beepy bait button noise thing.
It works.
It does, and I like it, and I just like that he's attached it to a piece of string, and it's such an advanced bit of technology on a string. And it's just funny to me. I don't know why.
But it works, though. They do get a little nibble. There's a little kind of fish just having a little poke at it. The Doctor goes out and has a look. He's like, "Ooh, little fish. This is how cool. This is kind of cool." Yeah. Fortunately, it doesn't last long before a great big fucking shark appears and just eats that fish and the screwdriver. Just swallows it up. Great moment where Kazran is like, "Can you see it? Can you see the fish?" And Doc's like, yeah. And he goes, "What color is it?" He just goes, big color.
It's very good. So they get behind the door. Well, the Doctor runs back behind the door anyway, before the shark can eat him. I do like that they have a line where they're in limbo waiting for the shark to get them. It seems to have like maybe gone somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the Doctor just has this moment of like, what do you call it, where like something's doing a run up, but it's got no legs or something.
The shark is doing a big run up or a swim up, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what you would call it. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. So the shark kind of fucking batters down the door, and inside of its mouth you can just see a bit of a green glow.
Yeah,
and you're
the
like,
Sonic, essentially.
Yeah. It's the half of the Sonic that was demolished. And the Doctor has another one of his brilliant lines, where he's only got 2 goes, and then it's Kasdan's turn. He's like, "What?" And he's like, he just holds up his 2 arms, basically being like, "You better hope, these don't get chewed off."
Yeah, because then you're up, kid. Yeah, you just called him Kasdan. It's Kazran.
Oh, what's Kasdan? Lawrence Kasdan.
That's what you're thinking of. Your dad.
Yeah, my dad. Yeah, who shares the same name but spelled differently as me.
The same first name, but not the last name. Yeah, that's how families work. Yeah. So luckily he does manage to get the Sonic screwdriver back, but only half of it. Half of it is still inside the shark. He's got half a screwdriver. He's like, "Oh, what's that bad shark done to you?" And all this stuff. I love it when he talks like that to his little devices or the TARDIS or anything like that. It's always good stuff. But the shark isn't doing too well. It's like, because it's outside of the cloud belt, basically, it's been out there too long, so it's kind of dying or whatever. Kazran is upset by this, starts to cry. The Doctor mentions that it kind of needs some life support if they were able to help it. And that's when Kazran takes him to the vault of fridges down below.
Right, you get such a little kind of look into who his dad is, right, at this moment, when the Doctor goes, "Who are these people?" And he goes, "My dad calls them surplus population."
Yeah.
Horrendous phrase.
Awful phrase, yeah.
That phrase is truly criminal.
Awful, yeah. It really is, yeah. Just before that, there was a cool moment where they're trying to get into the actual vault, but they don't know the code.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, they don't know the code. But older Kazran is like, "It's bloody this. I know the code. It's 7427 or whatever." And then we just see the Doctor like, "That's what I needed. Thanks very much." Because he would just jumped forward in the TARDIS to get it, basically.
But this is it. This is why it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because you can do those little things when the TARDIS isn't locked in a vault that I can't get to until the end of the episode.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This would be the kind of thing that, like, John CinemaSins would write out his fucking thing for, and then he'd have to delete it. He'd have to solemnly delete it afterwards with a sad look on his face.
We've all done it. Every one of us that makes notes for these things have done it, right?
Not me.
No, yeah, because you've got your 2-watch system.
Exactly.
As I mentioned earlier, unemployed behaviour from you.
That was before the podcast started.
So yeah, he's napped forward. He's got the code. He's come back, and we're introduced to a woman, Nathan, the woman of the piece.
Don't know if I like that. We've already kind of been introduced to her. We did see her earlier in the box.
But not as a character. We saw her as an icicle.
That's true. Yeah, an icicle. So Kazran's like, yeah, we can use this box. She won't mind. He picks out Catherine Jenkins. Clearly, he has like a little crush on her, which the Doctor picks up on. And I love that he just asks him, "Important is she?" Because he was right. He was right all along. She's not unimportant to anyone, even him. Kazran likes her because she talks about the fish. And that's clearly his autistic special interest, as we learn. So
yeah, he loves fish.
He's like, she's going to talk about the fish. She's going to talk about the fish. Mate, you are pinging off the walls, all right?
Yeah, you need to calm down, my friend.
You are stimming up a storm. In here.
Stimming up a storm. Gonna have to fucking use that weather machine to calm you down. I thought this is like, it kind of flies under the radar a little bit, but it's such a, on reflection, it's such a kind of horrible look into this guy's life. That he comes down here for like mates, for like companionship, because he can listen to their little pre-recorded "thanks for putting me in a freezer" messages. Yeah.
Thanks to the generosity of this horrible bloke.
Yeah.
I've been frozen away from my family for all eternity.
Absolutely love it. Good
Wonderful.
stuff.
Yeah. What a great guy, you know? And I do like that the Doctor is at this point where like the Doctor's like, hard man to love, your dad, but you know, you already know that, don't you?
It's true. Yeah. Like it's awful, but yeah, just the fact that he's like come down and he's like, oh, she'll start talking about the fish in a minute. I'm like, how many nights have you come down here and just press that button just for someone to talk to?
Probably quite a few.
Yeah.
Poor kid. The Doctor's screwdriver is trying to repair itself, so it's signaling the other half, and then suddenly we hear like the other half buzzing, like the little radar ping of the other half, which means the shark is down there with them once again. And it just fucking leaps at them, just jumps out. I also like that the shark growls like a bear. That's quite fun.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. It's a little bit like...
it roars like a lion or growls like a bear at certain points, which, that's not a trope exclusive to Doctor Who. That also happens in Jaws as well. So, you know, it's just like... You got like a big monster, essentially. You need to give it monster noises. Yeah, like even if the creature doesn't actually make that noise in real life, you just need to... Because sharks don't make any noise, do they? They're just like, I'm a shark.
Yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it, where it's if it's silent, it's just saying, it seems like the editor forgot to do the job.
Yeah.
Where like you just even if it's a bear noise or whatever, you need something to indicate there's an animal threat.
Yeah, you need a growl, you need a grizzle, you need a little rumble to let you know there's danger afoot. But luckily the shark is quickly calmed down by Catherine Jenkins' beautiful voice. She's having a little sing, and the shark likes that.
Which we all know is her voice, and we know who Catherine Jenkins is too.
Well, I did, because I'm not a fucking idiot.
I don't know. Maybe you're just
Did you not think it was weird that there was just this woman singing?
Well, I thought it was just one of them nice magical Christmas things that occur. You know when people start singing at Christmas?
Did you watch this with your wife?
Yeah.
Did she know?
Well, see, now I think she got halfway there.
Right, okay.
Because you kind of confirmed it for me. Because my wife said something to the effect of like, oh, it's the opera woman.
Yeah.
And I looked at the screen and saw a woman singing opera and went, I guess so.
Good enough for me.
This is an opera woman. But when you said she was a famous opera singer, I went, she was onto something.
Classic Lawrence not paying attention, too busy writing his notes.
I couldn't stop myself. I was writing my notes.
That's what I said.
I know, but I'm doing that thing again where I repeat what you said with the cadence of a joke so we move on.
Go away. We see at this point, older Kazran in the future. He looks over his shoulder, and instead of the harsh, glaring portrait of his father, it's actually now one of Catherine Jenkins instead, or Abigail, which he admires warmly.
Time is in flux, Nathan.
Time is in flux, Lawrence. It's all timey-wimey. It can change on the fucking spin of a shark.
It's not. It's maybe not this point in the episode, but it's important to start acknowledging as we go along that the Doctor is fundamentally changing this man's entire life on a fucking whim.
He is, but I think he has good reason to.
I think he has good reason to too.
He's doing so in order to save the lives of 4,003 people who will otherwise needlessly die. All right, and the way he's changing this man's life is by making him go from mean to nice. Okay,
yeah.
Like he's not like I'm gonna kill you or whatever. He's making a mean man nice. All right.
He doesn't go back in time and kill his dad in front of him and be like, or like, I don't know, put the Sonic to his dad's head and be like, I'll explode your head unless you make the isomorphic controls mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like he's doing a horrible crime and is like, there's no other way. Sorry, free will.
No, but I bring it up mainly in the sense that the power wielded here is it's something to be frightened of.
Yes, I suppose that is something that is not really touched upon in this episode, but it is touched upon in certain points throughout Doctor Who before, most notably Time Lord Victorious and what was it? Was it Voyage of the Damned, where Professor fucking I'm an Idiot was like fucking, if you could choose who lived or died, that would make you God or whatever. You know?
And then he was like, why am I doing this interview?
Yeah.
I hate Doctor Who.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
And I hate this interview. And then he had money, but it was the wrong amount of money because I did the maths, but I can't remember how it worked out now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's fine that he's changing this.
No, it is fine. But look, we'll touch in on this later because Michael Gambon himself has a similar quandary in the episode.
It's true. Abigail and Kazran are aboard the TARDIS, and the Doctor takes them into the fish cloud where we see all the fish swimming around. It's great. Kazran's having the time of his life. He pulls out a little circular camera, and then we see older Kazran looking through the old worn photographs of pictures that are just then being taken, which is it's great. It's timey-wimey stuff. I love it.
It is timey-wimey stuff. There's a few moments in this episode where he pulls out the trunk of photos. And I feel like there are far too many photos for how many memories realistically they could make. Like,
no, I don't think so. I think it works out.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, having watched this episode twice this week, I think, yeah.
Oh, I see.
It does work out. And I'll go through it in a little bit. But yeah, I think it works out. There's a mysterious number on Abigail's box, which is counting down. I wonder what this could possibly mean.
It's not, entirely clear. What do the other numbers say for everyone else's fridge?
I don't think everyone necessarily has them. I think it's Abigail has a reason why her number is like going down. But to be fair, we only know Abigail's story. We don't know the others. So yeah.
There's a bit of a brutal moment where the Doctor brings them onto the TARDIS and they go, "This is amazing," and the Doctor goes, "This is transport. I keep amazing out the door." And I'm just gonna say, right, the fucking it's time. It's almost time to reap what you've been sowing.
Someone's gonna slap your face.
Yeah, the chickens will come home to roost soon.
No spoilers, Lawrence. No spoilers.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Maybe these burns are becoming more intentional.
We are getting excited though.
I know.
Anyway, this kicks off a tradition for the Doctor and Kazran, waking up Abigail on Christmas Eve, and off they go to have little mini adventures together, which is good fun. The next year, they open up the fridge again. They're like, "Merry Christmas," and they go to attach a harness to the shark. And then they ride that bitch like a sleigh through the town, which is good stuff.
Is the shark just their pet now?
I guess.
Just keep the shark in the fridge?
Yeah. No, he was back in the sky. They let him go, didn't they?
Oh, gosh, yes, they did.
Yeah. They summoned him with the Sonic. Yeah.
Yeah, they summoned it. He's just now on a collar.
Well, he's got half the Sonic still in him. So
I know, it's just fun.
Anyway, they ride that about. That's good fun. There's one moment where like a little girl looks out her window and she sees the sleigh and she starts waving to it, expecting to see like Santa or someone, but then just has like a very confused look on her face, which made me laugh quite a lot. That was good stuff.
I love the like literally just before this, the reason they have to they get hoodwinked into this yearly tradition is because the Doctor
is a bit mean.
Well, no, but the Doctor is like, what does Kazran say? He's like, "We'll come back, see you every year, right? Bye, cheers, see you later." And you see the Doctor be like, "No," and then they do one of them great little edits where the same shot opens up again, and they're just in their Christmas gear.
Well, that's what it would be like from her perspective, really, because she's instantly frozen, and then she's not woken up again until the following year. So it is really just going from that, which makes a certain element of this episode a little bit weird when you think about it. But we'll get to that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Kazran is looking at more.
I'm getting the word nonce.
Stop, Lawrence. Kazran is looking at more older photographs as we cycle through the years. We see quick snippets of all kinds of adventures. They've gone to Egypt, Australia, New York, Paris. The Doctor and Kazran are both wearing fezzes at one point. There's another moment where they're both wearing like big, long Tom Baker-esque scarves. Good fun. I love all this sort of stuff. But just basically, we get a sense that it's been quite a few years of them carrying on this this silly little Christmas tradition.
He's got like a bit of a Patrick Troughton haircut.
He does. He does at one point. Yeah. It's good stuff.
I like that this episode, by nature of it being a yearly event, has to commit some the crownitis, which is where one person stays the same age for like 5 years and then is suddenly enormously older.
They did try to cheat it a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, but there was one moment. I think it was when they're wearing the scarves. They open the door and they're wearing the scarves. And it is still like younger Kazran, but he's like looking a little bit weedy, and they've like put some spots on him, and he's just kind of like awkwardly hunched over a little bit to like indicate he's like going through puberty or whatever.
It just made him look weird.
Yeah, it's true. But then the next time you see him, he's like, oh, he's hot now.
Yeah.
He's just a hot grown man.
And, and I like the fact that like I guess we're supposed to believe he's like, I don't know what like 16, 17.
I would, for legal purposes, I would at least hope 18. Really.
I would too, yeah. But the man, again, it's in that era of TV where they don't trust children. So, like, the man himself is like at least 25, at minimum 25.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very strange. Anyway, so this was my note. I'm going to read it because I'm just happy with the note. It just says, young Bulldor becomes teenager Bulldor.
Okay, great. Well done.
He's fancying her, Nathan. He wants girl advice from the Doctor.
He does. You're a bit ahead, but...
Fine.
He does. No, you're not, actually.
No,
you're
we're
not,
going back.
Fair. No, you're really not, because that is my next note as well.
Oh.
No, I just have one before that, which just says, Kazran is suddenly hot now. How old is he? I guess try not to think about it that much.
Oh, it's absolutely a try not to think about it situation, yeah.
Yeah, because if you do think about it, you quickly delve into some areas you do not want to go down.
Yeah.
So,
No.
You all right?
Just two pedos in this.
Okay, great.
It's a rare scenario where the mantle of pedo is passed in the relationship.
The other one
with old Dumbledore.
Is he a pedo?
Wait, no, he's like later on. He's like touching her face up and stuff, and I'm like, you're like
she's a fully grown woman.
Yeah, but he's like 90 or something.
Yeah, but she's still a fully grown woman, Lawrence. She's not a child.
I'm just saying. All right.
I
don't think it's very appropriate.
It is the age gap police over here.
All right, yeah, he's fancying Abigail. It's clear that Kazran has a crush.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, where should we go this Christmas? And Abigail is like, oh, I want to go to see my family or whatever. So they go. They're like looking through the window. Kazran's like, they look poor.
Yeah,
they look poor and ugly. And she's like, yeah, but that means they're still, they can still have a nice time. And he's like, well, yeah, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. He goes, ugh, how?
Ugh, they're all poor and ugly.
Where's their freezer room?
Yeah, but it's quite a nice scene, though. They get to spend Christmas with Abigail's family. Clearly a little bit of a romance is blossoming between the two. Again, don't think about it too much. They're holding hands underneath the table. The Doctor's doing bad card tricks. It's all good fun.
He's doing bad card tricks, and the kid is like not giving a single inch. Just not helping the Doctor with these tricks in any capacity whatsoever.
He's clearly terrible at magic, but there we go.
Anyway, it's time for the 11th Doctor to not pick up on social cues.
Yeah, which is modus operandi for the 11th Doctor.
Yeah,
really.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that Kazran is hitting him with the... no, hang on. I do like that Kazran is hitting her with the "my dad keeps you in a fridge" riz.
Okay.
No, I don't know. There's just something about this entire ordeal which is strange. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, it's the like they share a nice kiss, and it's a tender moment. It's sweet if you can look past the nonce of it all. Right?
There is a certain element in the room which we try not to address. An elephant, sorry. But
that, like, it's not... I understand what the episode is saying. It's not that at all.
Yes.
But, yeah, I just find it very strange that it's like... They have a kiss. It's a lovely moment. It's a sweet moment. It's a nice moment, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, back in the fridge.
back in the fridge you go.
It's fucking strange.
But, like, they have to, though.
I know.
Well, I guess from his point of view, he doesn't know yet why they have to.
This is what I'm saying. He's just like, we got to adhere to the... Your dad's not going to know if you keep her out of the fridge.
It's true. He is weirdly like, well, we got to stick to my dad's capitalist rules. You know, she can't... My dad will lose money if she's out. He'll lose all those guineas.
And also, he won't.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, like, what difference would it make to it?
That's just his insurance. And she lives down the road. Like, go and get
quite
her.
Harsh.
Then.
Free her. What are you doing?
It's a very, very strange ordeal. That's
and oh my God, you've opened my eyes now, because him going and spending Christmas with them, that is salt in the wound.
It is. And like,
they're
so all looking at him like, why is this prick here?
If only there was someone who could free our sister, you know? Oh my God, what a horrible situation.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I think, look, it's one of them parts of the episode that you're really not supposed to focus on. You're supposed to see it as this kind of tragic love story between the two people. And he's obviously... We're being a bit facetious, right? He's obviously powerless to this situation.
Yeah,
he can't do anything against his dad.
And he's also scared of his dad as well.
Yeah. So that all kind of works against what we're saying. But I'm just thinking there is a... I don't know. Maybe this is a woman I would perhaps not try and, like... There's a power imbalance, is what I'm saying.
There is definitely a power imbalance there. Yeah.
So maybe like of all the women out there, right, with your infinite wealth and like travel capabilities and resources, maybe don't try and I don't know. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, we all know. I do like how the Doctor is giving him advice on basically how to riz up Abigail, and it's obviously all horrible advice because it's from the Doctor. But I do like the moment where he says something along the lines of like, try to be all nervous and sweaty and like you're having a bad time, because you're gonna be anyway. So you might as well act like it's on purpose, which is good fun. And then he like encourages him to go do this, or otherwise it's staying in your bedroom and inventing a new kind of screwdriver. Don't make his mistakes.
It's you get a little glimpse into the Doctor's past, but no, I like that. I don't think that's necessarily horrendous advice. Like, be open and honest. Be like, I'm bad at this, baby.
It's kind of bad advice, but sure.
No, but like the worst thing you want to see is like someone trying to be hyper cool.
You do, you don't want that false confidence, and then they immediately let you down because they're like have no idea what they're doing. Clearly,
yeah, because someone's on the receiving end, they'll know just as well as you will know.
Yeah, and she's considerably older than you.
Yeah.
She's probably had some experience. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. She's been locked in a fridge for like.
But for her, that's been mere moments, though, isn't it?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It was probably earlier that day that she was locked in. You know.
What a fucking weird shock it must have been when it comes to old Kazran letting her out.
She didn't seem that shocked. But,
no, she didn't, but I think that's because she knew that Michael Gambon was in the episode. But it would have been a weird moment.
At a later Christmas Eve adventure, we're not quite sure if they've skipped over a few or how many it's been, but regardless, we're at some kind of fancy 50s, 60s Hollywood-esque party, really. We're in California, La La Land, Los Angeles. Frank Sinatra's party. All the big names are there. Abigail tells Kazran what she has been hiding. We, the audience, don't get to find out, but they seem pretty sad about it. I wonder what it could be, Lawrence.
Oh, well, who knows?
It is a mystery. The Doctor accidentally proposes to Marilyn Monroe, and then he's like, "Oh, guys, we got to get the fuck out of here." I just proposed to Marilyn, and then because Kazran and Abigail are taking too long, just necking each other. Basically, he's like, "I guess I got to get married now." I guess
you guys
that's it.
fucking put me in this box.
Marilyn, get your coat. We're going to the chapel.
A great line, but it would be rather unbecoming of us to not discuss the white tuxedo in the room, Nathan.
Riz. Oh, wait. Sorry. Wrong word. Drip. Drip.
Looking good.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah.
Man, I like this. It's a good look. I love this. Man Smith always pulled off these weird looks. These, like, old-fashioned looks, I think.
I think he's done... The white tux is better than the black tux. We've now seen the set.
Definitely.
And, the white tux is looking nice because it's got the black features to it as well. Like, it makes it pop a little bit more, I think.
Very fancy. Very fits in with the setting, I think. This sort of 60s Hollywood, Sinatra, all this kind
He's
of
a bit rugged too, like his tie's been quite like kind of pulled off.
He's got the loose bow tie and everything, looking very like Rat Pack Frank Sinatra stuff and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's good. We haven't really talked about it, but this episode does debut the new Doctor look as well, which is the tweed jacket and the shirt are a little bit different to last series.
Are they?
Yeah, you don't really get a sense of it much in this episode. It's more apparent in the next episode, but it is a new, slightly updated jacket, and it's like just a plain white shirt. There's like the red and blue shirts we had, they're gone now. It's like just a plain white shirt.
Do we hold off for next week or suit talk it at the end of this?
I think we can probably go. I think we probably hold off for next week because it's more apparent then. So we'll get into it more then. Yeah, but
the series opener, a new start.
Yes, but just so everyone knows, noted. It has been noted.
Yeah. Nathan didn't miss it.
Yeah, so don't be fucking at me.
Don't be fucking typing your messages. All right.
Okay.
We have so many more now that we've done this.
I know. And it's good fun. I genuinely don't mind. I like it. Abigail and Kazran have a tearful goodbye back at the fridge. And then Kazran's like, actually, I'm mean now. So fuck you to the Doctor and stuff. And he's like, I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. He doesn't want to continue, saying times have changed. The Doctor says not as much as he'd hoped. Clearly, he's upset about Abigail. We don't know why yet, but he's having a big old strop.
This for me is one of them moments where, in Twilight when Bella just eviscerates her dad.
Yeah,
when she's like, your life sucks and I want more. Mum left you because you're boring, and I think you're a bitch.
Is it Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie, her dad, yeah.
The best character in all the Twilight movies as well.
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
But the look on his face when Bella says that to him, and he is just... someone has punched him in his heart. Right? He is devastated. I don't know. I got that vibe when because the Doctor is showing them his best times. He's doing the TARDIS greatest hits with them.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And then he goes, I didn't realize I was boring you. And he looks genuinely upset by this.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something in it for me about like these two have been companions, right? Like because they're as much companions as like we've seen others. We just presented in a different format.
Yeah, kind of rushed through it a little bit.
Yeah, and I just find it quite
which is
sad
which is a bit of a running theme with the 11th Doctor, by the way. He does have these on the go other companions, which he just doesn't tell Amy and Rory about. By the way, he does have these friends he just picks up and is like, "Oh, I'll travel with you for a little bit," and just not tell Amy and Rory about.
They're the main ones. Right?
Yeah, they're the main ones, but occasionally he'll have a spin-off adventure.
He'll have a side companion.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that meme? Friendship ended with Amy and Rory.
Now I'm friends with Lestrade from Sherlock. Or whatever.
Oh God, Lestrade. Yeah. So he's mean now. He goes like, here's the Sonic. If you ever like need to press the button. Call me back. I'll come see you. He's like, I won't need you. Ha, bitch. And like, he's like, I've got work with my dad. I'm now a mega rich corporate cunt guy.
Yeah, I'm a big mean boy now, actually. So fuck you.
And then you see him with his hair slicked back, and I'm like, he's evil. He's full evil.
So they did try to make him look very old, though, quite quickly, didn't they? They like really slicked his hair back, gave him a bit of a receding hairline. Can relate, King. And, like,
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've all been there. We're still there, trust me. and like fucking like put some weird like facial makeup on him. I don't know what they did. It was kind of like it was almost like a scar, but not really. I don't know.
I thought they tried to like
something his
contour
face.
him a bit, like
maybe
make him look a bit more gaunt in the face, a bit more evil.
Yeah, perhaps. Not quite sure. Anyway, we see the number on Abigail's box change to 1. I wonder what this could mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, back in the present, the painting, which once was Abigail, has now turned back to Kazran's father. We see a few moments of him working. Yeah, again, we just mentioned this, but looking more like an evil prick.
Yeah.
Kazran, older Kazran, still refuses to let the ship out of the clouds, and he says at one point, as a very old friend of mine once took a very long time to explain, life isn't fair, he says. There you go. There's the doctor's meddling.
I don't think that's what the doctor said. I think you've misconstrued the message.
Yeah, but to be fair, the doctor doesn't know about Abigail, though, because he's an idiot.
Yeah, because he can't read the visual language that we can all read at home.
Yeah, and Abigail literally says to him at one point, "You're a doctor. Are you one of my doctors?" And then just completely brushes past that.
Yeah, the doctor's like, "Do you need a doctor?" Hang on a minute, my TARDIS made a noise. See you next year.
Let me forget about that completely.
Yeah, they do kind of have to make the doctor quite dumb for this story to work, because he's as observant as he can be. Like, he can walk into a room and be like, hang on, Watson, I can deduce that you didn't like your father because of your chairs, but he can't look in and see a ticking time clock.
Well, the story doesn't work if he notices it straight away, does it? You know?
It still works. It just makes him a much crueler man.
Well, yes, exactly. which we're not having. Anyway, Amy is here once again. She is the ghost of Christmas present, but also Rory is, because he's like, "Hey, don't look at my wife's skirt.
Yeah,
that's for me and me only." All right?
Yeah, I know what you like, you pedo.
Stop this. He's not Drake, allegedly.
Stop! Would you stop with this? All right. Mate, Roy needs to calm down.
Yeah, he's quite defensive, isn't he?
He's now getting to the point where, like, look, I understand some of Amy's behaviour has been questionable, right? But at the same time, look,
it's giving insecure.
It is, yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
Come on, King, step it up, all right?
Yeah, you're not like this. You're just so better than this, Rory. All right. Anyway, the passengers on the ship are all projected like ghosts into the vault, singing Christmas carols. I believe they're singing Silent Night.
Yes.
What a beautiful time. This is like Amy's like, oh, well, she's not. She doesn't do that. But she's like, these are the passengers on the ship. These are the people who are all gonna die. And Kazran mentions he's never met the Doctor before tonight, but now suddenly he seems to have known him his entire life, which is quite weird when you think about it. He's got like 2 versions of his life in his memories.
I like that they don't just kind of, because they left it at a point where he's still the nasty bloke that he ends up being.
Yes.
But the Doctor still kind of altered his entire kind of childhood.
Yeah.
He has these kind of 2 versions split between them. I did like kind of a little bit before this. It's just a kind of quick moment where he disagrees with something his dad says, and he goes to get the Sonic to summon the Doctor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and before he can, I love this moment, right? Because it's sort of ominous. Before he even presses the Sonic, he turns and the Doctor's in his window again.
Yeah.
And I like this component of the Doctor's too eager to get this wrapped up.
It's almost like the Doctor's haunting him.
That's
like
how it's
a ghost of Christmas past.
That's how it's I love that element of it though, because obviously the Doctor is under some time pressure, right?
Yes.
Because of the
well, kind of. He's got a time machine. He can be an hour for as long as he wants it to be.
No, he can, but like he's got one kind of chance in this time stream, and if he fucks it, then it's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like that he's just kind of there, passively observing, and it does read like a haunting, because before he's even been summoned, he's just there, waiting for him to need him again. And it's obviously the defiant thing where, like, someone says, "You need my help," you'd instinctively, even if you do, you instinctively go, "No, I don't, fuck you, I'm fine."
Yeah.
And like his over eagerness killed that chance because he's too present, he's too involved. And I think that's an interesting kind of depiction of his meddling here.
Oh, I just realised we're missing new Doctor Who.
I only watched new Doctor Who earlier today.
Insane. A week later.
I've had a fucking hellish week, but then I also
How did you not get spoiled?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I haven't really been avoiding Twitter or anything. I've avoided our Discord server. Fun fact: if you don't want to join the Discord server, we have things on a tight spoiler tagged in its own spoiler channel lockdown going on there, so you're safe.
Yeah, you are safe for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So fret not. Insane behavior. But hey, we will talk about 73 yards in
73 years.
73 years. Not quite that long. I think it's about 2 years. Just about.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. I think it is. Yeah, it's around about June of 2026 that we'll get to this series.
Jesus Christ, it's catching up with us fairly quick, though. To be fair,
yeah. We used to say we'll get there in 3 years. Now it's 2.
Whoa, so, passage of time.
The times they are a changing. To quote Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
Watchmen.
Anyway, you're right. They're all singing.
Yeah, they're all singing. They're having a good old jig. They're not. It's quite haunting.
No, they're having a sad jig.
Yeah. Kazran explains. Yeah, so here we go. This is where he mentions what's going on. He reveals the mystery that was a mystery to all. So basically, if you haven't figured it out, Abigail was ill when she went into the ice, and as a result of all those Christmas Eve she spent, she basically only has 1 day left to live. Basically, that's what the counter was. It was counting down to her final day. It's now at 1. So if Kazran lets her out of the box again, basically that's it. She's donezo. Really,
I think Michael Gambon is such a good cast for this, right? And R.I.P. gone too soon. Well, not gone too. He's old. But
is he dead?
Michael Gambon's dead. Yeah, man.
Shit, when did he die?
I'm sure he's dead. Hang on, let me just check. I'm not speaking major out of turn, but I remember being, for all that franchise's thoughts, he was a pretty pivotal person for a lot of people growing up.
He's not dead, surely.
Yeah, he died. He died September last year.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I thought didn't Hagrid die?
Yeah, Hagrid died a couple of years before that.
Fucking hell, that cast is dropping like flies, isn't it?
Well, I mean, they're all like 80 when they started this.
That's
shit.
true. They was all quite old. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Dumbledore who died during the movies, wasn't there?
Yeah, Richard Harris, I think.
Richard Harris, yeah.
Yeah, he died after the filming of Chamber of Secrets, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what that is.
There you are.
No.
Anyway, just you left, Jude Law. You're next.
Yeah, in terms of the Dumbledores. That franchise aside, I think he is an amazing.
Well, none of that's his fault.
No, I know, but I mean, I don't like to talk about it a lot, right? Because of obvious factors and everything. But
yes,
he is, I think, for a lot of people, quite like a not an important figure necessarily, but he represents a wise sage figure from their childhood and their youth.
Definitely,
and I think that's interesting, and I think you see a kind of a different layer to him here. Obviously, naturally, he's playing a different character, but I think you get an incredible performance from him that is able to deal with those themes that character from that franchise was able to deal with quite succinctly and quite in a child-friendly way. And this feels like a natural extension of that idea growing up, being older. And being able to explore it in a slightly more mature way, because he breaks down this thing with Amy. Essentially, it's like, is this kindness? Like Amy says, he was doing this kindly, and he says, "Put yourself in my shoes. Is this kind? No.
Yeah.
This is how do you do this to someone?"
And the Doctor hears this because he's been sneaking around. While Kazran was a hologram on the ship or whatever, he was sneaking around. He was in the ice vault as well, and then he basically apologizes. He says he didn't know. I'm sorry, all this stuff he didn't realize. And he mentions better a broken heart than no heart at all, a line which I quite enjoy.
Yeah.
And then he explains that he's shown Kazran the past, the present. Now it's time for him to see the future. And Kazran's like, yeah, well, fucking bring it on. I already know what's going to happen. I'll die alone, cold, and afraid, and all this stuff. You don't scare me. I can already see it. I don't care. I'm just a bad bloke, all right? That's why I'm doing this. I'm not you. I'm just a bad bloke. And he's like, oh, and then show me. And he's like, I am showing you.
Plot
Little
twist of the
twist.
century.
Plot twist. We see another younger Kazran. And he's like, "Oh, that's me."
What? Mate, right. There are two moments in this scene that specifically fucking got me, right?
Yeah.
The first one is when the doctor, like you said, that line, he says, "Better a broken heart than none at all." And just the delivery of Michael Gambon's "try it, you try it."
Yeah.
It's just like, oh Lord, that's horrendous. And then the second thing that always gets me is the moment where young Kazran mistakes his older self for his dad.
Yes. Yeah.
And you just go, oh, this poor guy.
Yeah.
This awful fucking guy. But it's so, I don't know. It's incredible.
Older Kazran goes to beat his younger self.
Yeah.
And then he stops himself again because he can't. He's not that person.
That's just in him. He sees a child and he's like,
Yeah.
kill him.
I gotta hit him. But then but I won't.
I must be better than this.
Yeah. But essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have a good cry together. He apologizes as he hugs him. They all have a good little sob. And he's a nice man now. Hey, the day is saved. Or is it? Because the doctor fucked up, Lawrence. Why did the doctor fuck up?
The doctor fucked up because he's changed Kazran so much to the point where the isomorphic controls, which can seemingly do whatever the plot needs them to do, have decided that his genetic code is no longer the same because his personality has got better. Because we've all done this, right? We've woken up in the morning and gone, I think I might try and be a better person today, and then our phone doesn't unlock or something.
You're being very facetious here.
But it's stupid.
It's not the same as Face ID, all right? Face ID is an isomorphic controls, okay? It's not the same principle, all right?
No, but it's stupid.
No, it's stupid in that all of Doctor Who is stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid
fine.
in that isomorphic controls are stupid. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think it's any more stupid than anything else going on.
all right, fair enough. I'll take that. As long as
I think it's fine. I quite like it, if I'm being honest.
as long as we're in agreement that it's all stupid, then.
Well, yeah, we've been in agreement on that since Rose.
That's true. Yeah. No, look. It is silly, but it's also quite clever in terms of like, it's just a quick little foil to tell them that at the end of the day, all this meddling did have some consequence, and saving the day isn't going to be as easy as they thought. Because it'd also be pretty boring for the episode as well.
It's true. It's
if
true.
you just went upstairs and went, I'll play the organ weather machine that I've got.
Does look a bit like an organ, actually.
I think it is a repurposed organ. I think they just put buttons on an organ.
Maybe. Anyway, the doctor realizes that he can save the day, but they need Abigail to sing. So they need to let her out of the box, and she needs to sing.
Yeah.
But luckily, she just lets herself out, apparently.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that.
Yeah, she just kind of walks out and is like, I'll do it. Like, all right.
I thought, because I read it maybe as the doctor's already set at a defrost.
No, not really.
But obviously not. I tell you what, while there are definitely things that you need to hand wave away, I do like how immediately warm Abigail is to Kazran.
Yes.
It's very much a case of like, you've been hoarding my days like an old miser, she says to him.
Yes.
And it's true because he has had that moral quandary of like, when do I do this?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this. It's immoral to keep her there, and it's also immoral to sentence her to death by letting her out. So it's an impossible situation for him to be in, and I like the fact that when they unlock her here, it's in service of something greater. It's not a selfish motivation anymore.
Yeah, definitely. So she gets out. There's like, let's be nice. Let's sing a little song. Nice little song she sings. I don't know if you noticed that she mentions the silence in her song.
I didn't. Nice pickup.
Yeah, the song goes, silence is all you need. A very beautiful rendition.
Do you reckon? Yeah, yeah, firstly, incredible from you. Merry Christmas. But yeah, do you reckon is that like a direct thing, or are those just the lyrics of a song?
No, I think it was a song specifically written for this episode, yeah.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
Look at him go. I've just realised we breezed over it. The fucking part of the reason that he kind of changes his mind so quickly is that Amy sends him to the console room. She makes him the hologram.
We touched upon that.
We touched upon it.
I don't think that's really much to do with it, to be honest.
I know, but it's a lovely scene. Do you know? Like, it's of everyone just kind of... everyone knows that, like, being patient with him is the way to get progress. But you can just see that Rory wants to kick his teeth in. Right? He's, like, holding himself back. And then, like, why are the passengers still singing if it's not working? Oh, because we haven't told them.
Yeah. I'm just more conscious of time than anything.
All right, fine. We'll rush through the nice moment then.
No, I'm just saying. We're usually wrapping up about now.
All right, fine.
Anyway, she stabilizes the cloud belt. They're able to land. The day is saved. Well done. End of episode. See you next week.
He goes for trick points as well. He goes for style points. He's like, can we land? And he's like, not only can I can land fucking sick. Check your shit out.
Well done. So yeah, they land. The day is saved. Kazran and Abigail get to spend Christmas Day together. Weird she doesn't go see her family, but all right, whatever.
Yeah. Then, over this man she's known for 4 evenings or something.
For 4 hours, basically.
Yeah.
The doctor's made a whole bunch of snowman as he's waited for Amy and Rory to catch up to him.
I love that. It's such a blink and you'll miss it kind of gag.
Yeah. There's a whole like just street full of them, which he's made, which is good
He's
stuff.
like, Amy's like, these people love their snowmen. He's like, I've been busy.
It's good. I like it. It's been quite a companion light episode, obviously, because Amy and Rory have been on the ship for the most part, so they haven't really had much to do. But we do get this one scene of them and the Doctor together, just a quick little moment, which is always good stuff. Always great to see the relationship between them develop and everything. Rory's like, Marilyn's on the phone. Why is Marilyn on the phone?
Why is the Marilyn on the phone?
Yeah. And the Doctor's like, tell her, well, it was never a real chapel or whatever is going on. So he's trying to worm his way out of that marriage. So good luck.
Yeah. I always prefer a Christmas special to be companion light. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think it works.
It does.
Yeah.
I think it's not always a tradition, but it works better when you can kind of have the Doctor on this higher plane. You know, a companion grounds him. That's the job of a companion in their dynamic. And I think a Christmas episode, it's always nice to infer the Doctor has some sort of higher ability and higher power to bring that Christmas magic home.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I enjoy it. Next one, there's one... Well, no, we'll get there. So, yeah, but that's it. That's it. It ends. They fly off. We'll see you in Series 6. So there we go.
Lovely stuff. Nathan, press everyone's favourite button.
I will do it now.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
This is everyone's favourite section of the show where we get to take a chance to look back on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every week. Lawrence, I'm so excited to ask. I'm fucking chomping at the bit to know. We had the little tease earlier. You gave us who it would have been, but please, kill us all. What am I trying to say? Put us all out of our misery. Who is your weirdo for this week?
I don't like being set up like this because now it can only be a letdown, can't it?
Go on, it can be good.
It's Amy and Rory.
Oh, is it for that weird kinky sex?
It is, and I know it's a bit cheeky to choose two characters, but they've entered a happy union recently, so I'm gonna
wait till you hear mine.
Okay, fair enough. Amy and Rory for the look.
Are you a prude, Lawrence?
No, and here's the thing.
Are you a slut shamer?
No, look, I can understand these two elements separately, right?
Okay.
You know, some people out there got a thing for police officers. Lovely stuff. Well done, everyone. Right? Amy, I would understand very much so being interested in the Centurion aspect, given Rory's recent endeavours.
Yeah.
Dressed as possibly the most romantic protective Centurion ever.
Yeah.
Together. That's what I don't understand. Are you
saying it's just a scenario which does not go?
I just think, how do you do this? How can you make this
What you're doing is you're trying to apply too much cinematic and story logic to this sex-based scenario that they're trying to have.
What?
All right?
How is it an immersive scenario, Nathan, if the stakes aren't believable? Right?
Their fucking bedroom roleplay does not have to be written by Martin Scorsese.
It does.
Okay?
It does, and because it's not, they're my weirdos. That's just the way it goes. Like, what is
Well,
this?
there's a little glimpse into side Lawrence's marriage.
No,
life,
it's
everyone.
not. Thank you. I don't even own a Centurion costume.
Yours is the police one.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying I don't see a scenario where these two go. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you need to. I think it's fine.
I don't know, like the police officer comes out. Why are you dressed like a Roman? I am a Roman. Then I'm going to arrest you then.
Also, you don't see a scenario where these two, who literally live inside a time machine, could not be in the same situation together.
If they can't fly the TARDIS, they're not telling Doctor, take us this place so we can do sex, please.
Well, you never know. He has taken them on a number of honeymoons, we find out in this episode. So that's essentially what he's doing, basically.
I guess. Look, I'm just saying. Maybe this is my brain. I like narrative. You know this. I like stories, right?
To a fault, I would say.
We did this in the Taylor Swift episode, right? The eras where she was able to, like, I don't know, do a little story or have a bit of theatre going on. I love it.
Yeah.
That's the best stuff.
You hated it when it was just a concert, which was
the
whole. That's the thing, you know. It's a
the
concert,
amount of times
my guy.
where Taylor Swift was performing, and I was just like, yeah, it's fine, but it's just music, isn't it?
Where's the story?
Yeah. Give me the art.
God.
That's what I want to see.
It is art, Lawrence.
I know, but it's not the art that I like. Therefore, it's not valid.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, who are your weirdos or weirdo?
My weirdos are Abigail's family, Lawrence.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For somehow having the potion to eternal youth and life, but not letting their mum have it. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I think so, but go on.
Yeah, because we see at the beginning of the episode, we see Abigail's family, and it's the little boy, and it's the girl, and it's the dad and the mum, who is an old woman at that point. She's like, "Oh, my sister, we sent her in years ago when she was younger or whatever." and then later in the episode, we see the same family, and everyone, apart from the mum, is the exact same actor. Despite the fact that it's been like fucking at least 60 years between these two scenes, everyone is the exact same. And I don't know if the mum was like in old lady makeup or is a different actress. I'm not sure. But either way,
It's the
mum is
presentation,
different.
yeah.
The mum is different, okay? So for some reason, they decided to age up the mum, but no one else.
Yeah.
And it's even more strange because there's a little boy. And he's still a little boy 60 years later. So I don't understand what fucking voodoo, eternal life, fountain of youth shit is going on in this family, or why they won't share it with the mum. But I don't know. Maybe it's a family of vampires. I don't know what weird shit is going on, but that is weird. Okay?
It is certainly weird. And we never find out what illness Abigail has as well.
No, maybe
there's
it is
some kind
vampiric.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's some kind of vampirism or something.
Maybe she ate some dodgy garlic bread.
Just came too close to a crucifix and was like, I need to get chili quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Put me
We
in
don't
a
know.
fridge.
So there we go. I just think it's fucking weird. Like the mum is literally the only one they bothered to age up for that one scene.
Yeah, look. Who knows? Maybe they ran out of time. It is strange. It is.
So
odd.
it's always, I can't figure it out. It's always bugged me as weird. I don't understand it. But
And we
hey,
never
there
will.
go.
That's the beauty of Doctor Who sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to live
Maybe.
with it. Anyway, it's the time of the show where the audience get to have their say. What happens is Nathan reads out a lovely little...
I tweet it out. I don't read it out.
What happens is Nathan tweets out a post, lets everyone know what episode we're recording and when, and then our lovely loyal listeners get to send in their thoughts. And we will read out a handful of them. So starting with the tweets, the first one comes in.
No, we're gonna do emails first because fuck you.
Oh.
This one is from Taylor James. Subject line is Primeval with 3 exclamation points.
Oh no.
People have been letting us know that they loved Primeval.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought it had
Like,
4 fans total.
Well, you are wrong, mate.
Okay.
They have been letting us know. Anyway, Taylor James says, "Afternoon, boys. Haven't sent in an email for a while, but I felt I just had to after your latest call for action. I absolutely loved Primeval when I was a teenager. Granted, I was maybe 13, 14 at the time, so I can't comment on my taste, but it had dinosaurs and messed with time, which was cool. I would be surprised if you both watched it for the first time and didn't have a lot of fun stuff to say about it. Might be campy and shit, but in the best way, ? Definitely not boring. Anyway, back to Doctor Who. Really enjoying the Series 5 rewatch episodes and what you've had to say about the season. I speed ran through Series 5 and 6, so I'm currently waiting for you to start watching again. Looking forward to hearing what you've got to say about the silence and feel there will be a lot more MASH to come. Maybe? ? As always, keep up the good work. From your resident non-TV license payer. Sent from Outlook for iOS.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know who
You
this
remember
is.
Taylor now? You
I
remember?
do, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, there we go. See, they're loving Primeval.
Amazing. And I'm very, very, very glad to hear that they haven't caught up with you yet for your illicit crimes.
I'm glad to know they haven't got you.
I remember that email saying, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's true.
So good.
This email is from Leo Smith. Subject line: Stop attacking Lawrence. I never
Okay,
will.
nice.
Dear Nathan, I've had enough of you poking fun at Lawrence's intros, and this is the last straw. I just want to draw your attention to your intro in Rise of the Cyberman episode, which I write verbatim. Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This week, once again, we're watching Doctor Who. What sort of lazy, worthless shit is this? Fuck you. I went back and I listened to that episode, and that is true. That is verbatim what I say. So,
Thank you.
and I think that's a fine intro, okay? Because you know why? I didn't try to tart it up with some silly little rhyme that doesn't work.
You
okay?
do this. You'll pull a defense out your ass, and then everyone. I see him in the Discord. Everyone, oh, well done, Nathan. Well done. It must be Lawrence's fault that Nathan wrote a shit intro. I'm sick of it.
I think they're on your side a lot more than mine.
Oh, get out of here. Do you know what?
No.
The amount of times that I even remember it, right? There was a time where you just fucking fell asleep and didn't edit the episode in time. So then it came out like a full day later and everyone was like, Lawrence. Outrageous.
Yeah, but that's just a fun little thing I do.
Yeah,
I
well-
just like to say this is Lawrence's fault somehow.
This is outrageous. I should have coined this joke and flipped it on you somehow.
Well, you
Anyway,
didn't.
thank you. I appreciate it when people have my back. And I realise that me being this pro this is going to mean I get the opposite. So
I think you're an idiot. Anyway, this email is from Emily Tubbs, who says, "Hey guys, first time emailer here after having binged the pod, and I just want to say I love it.
Hey.
I can't do chores without having something to listen to, and you guys have provided me with the motivation to get up and actually do stuff that I wouldn't have otherwise done due to mental health. So thank you." Okay, awkward compliments out the way. On to the episode. I'll try keep this short and sweet, or else I might end up rambling on. A sentence I'm very familiar with, Emily, so don't worry. For me, A Christmas Carol is an absolute banger. I love the whimsical theme of this era's Christmas episodes tend to have. It's exactly my sort of thing. The blend of sci-fi with the classic Dickens story is incredibly well done. The idea of having fish swimming around the sky is cool to me. I love seeing Kazran's character development as he gains new memories of his old and yet new adventures with the Doctor. Seeing his transformation is so heartwarming, and Michael Gambon's performance is amazing. I love how the Doctor interacts with all the characters. I'll never not melt on the way he interacts with kids, especially his line, "In 900 years of time and space, I've never met anyone who wasn't important before," hit me so deeply the first time I heard it, and it will always be something that sticks with me. Abigail's song, "Silence Is All You Know," told you said silence, is absolutely beautiful. Catherine Jenkins' voice is just as perfectly beautiful to match it. I'll leave it there, otherwise I'll probably go on for too long. I realise there are probably flaws I refuse to see due to my bias towards the episodes. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Thanks for reading and loving the pod. Emily Wemily on Discord. Oh, that's whose birthday it was. Happy birthday, Emily.
very, very happy birthday. And thank you for binging all of the pod as well. That's lovely. It's
That's great. We love that ad money.
we yeah, but also, more personally, we do enjoy it when people tell us they've enjoyed the show and that it's helped them out in a kind of mental health capacity as well. That's lovely to know. Right, lovely. Is that it from the emails?
No, I just got one more, which I know it's a little bit of a cheat, but fuck you.
Funnily enough, I have 4 tweets.
Well, there you go. This is your fault.
Yep.
This is from Christina, who says, Merry Chris May to all. Seasons, brackets, spring. Greetings to you, lads. Is it spring or is it summer? Are we in summer now?
Don't ask me.
It's June. I'd say this is summer.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I've never been good at this stuff. All right.
Not helping me. Google first day of summer, UK. All right.
Okay. All right. I'm
Do
on
that
it
now. Love that you're watching possibly my favorite Doctor Who Christmas episodes in my birthday month. Another birthday. I recently turned 30. Welcome to the club. And it's been going well so far, especially since the episode Boom came out on the same day. Whoa, it's like 2 weeks ago, your birthday then. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that one in about 2 years. It will be fun. This episode isn't just among my favourite Doctor Who Christmas stories, but also one of my favourite adaptations of A Christmas Carol. Obviously not as good as The Muppets. True, that is the best. But this show can only pull off so many miracles. Side note, I would kill to see a Doctor Who episode where they meet the actual Muppets. I reckon Disney could pull it off. This episode still has just the right mix of cheesy and sentiment that Moffat is so good at, and it features a great performance from Michael Gambon, brackets R.I.P. I guess he is dead. I guess he wasn't lying.
What an odd thing for me to lie about.
I always love hearing you read out these silly little rambles of mine, especially the other week when Nathan responded to my Baldur's Gate 3 comment with his assumption that the game was mostly about fucking hot elves. It just so happened that when I listened to that, I genuinely was in the process of trying to seduce a hot elf who's also a vampire in the game. That being said, that's not all what BG3 is about. It's also about seducing and fucking hot wizards, druids, tieflings, alien lizard ladies, and many, many more. Alien lizard ladies, you say?
Oh, and now we're talking.
I might have to check this out. There's a sexier layer type of out. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on episodes to come, as well as listening to you read out my thoughts in these emails. Geronimo, Christina, Tina, Tomlin, she, her. Thank you very much, Christina. I hope you had a great 30th birthday. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Enjoy seducing and fornicating with several creatures in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
Yeah. We're okay. The first day of summer is the 20th of June.
Okay, so it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is still spring.
'Tis indeed. So you shan't be corrected today.
Well, there we go. There we go. That is the emails for this week. Lawrence, you wanted to give us some bloody tweets?
Yeah, I do, as it goes. First one comes in from Sambuca Waters.
Sambuca Waters, my good friend.
What incredible name, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. That's great. Is that their actual name?
Well, the at is Sambuca Waters as well, so I'm left to assume.
And as we know, you cannot lie on Twitter.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Truly the Doctor at his most terrifying. And then in quotes, and I don't know if this is a real quote. I'll let you be the judge.
Okay. Is that you saying that, or is that them?
No. This is me saying this. I'm giving my
okay.
opinion on this, maybe not being entirely a real quote. Quote, let my friends go or I will rewrite your entire personality, make you fall in love with a beautiful dead woman and destroy your house with a shark.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he says something to that effect. Would you agree?
He didn't know about the shark, to be fair.
Or the dead woman, in fairness.
Or the dead woman, yeah, that's true.
He did give him a, let my friends go, or I'll...
He did give him a threat.
Yeah.
He did give him a very clear threat.
I think we can determine that this was all subtext, and this was what he was really saying.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the halfway out of the dark line made me question my sexuality. And then ended nicely with top pod lads. Thank you very much, Sambuca Waters.
Thank you, Sambuca.
Not only for
Waters.
having nice things to say about the pod, but also having the coolest name.
Yes.
Sambuca. You've had a Sambuca, follow it up with a water. So your name is a bar.
I've had a Sambuca. I don't think I've ever followed it up with a water.
No, you know, you never. That's like a. I don't know if it's a common thing, but if you're smart, that's what you'll do to keep a level head.
I'm not smart. Lawrence,
No, I know.
Lawrence, I literally do not do this, by the way. Do not fucking do this. But when I was at uni, I would, on like days we were gonna like have like a big fucking like sesh, I would just not eat the entire day.
That is so dreadful.
It is so fucking horrible. I look back and now I'm like, what a fucking idiot you are, mate.
All of the context I'll give you for this story is exactly what I'll say. Nathan is the reason why my uni house had one different banister for half of my tenancy at that house.
It's true.
To go with that where you want to. You also put an entire roll of toilet paper down my toilet and tried to flush it.
I was just thinking about
Why did you do that?
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
Nathan's actually people don't realise this, right? But Nathan can be a menace. He can actually
I can.
Yeah.
Well, I am a liability. not these days, but back in uni, I was a liability when I was drunk.
You truly were, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Anyway, more
horrible.
tweets. Joshua Broadhurst writes, "Might be too late. You weren't. On a normal scenario, you would have been, but we're a bit later today. Might be too late, but this is the best Christmas special. Not qualification needed. Big RTD stan, but those tended to be more normal episodes with Christmas sprinkled on it, whereas Moffat really baked it in."
Yeah, it's true.
Absolutely true. It was quite literally Pilot Fish with a Christmas hat on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, most of the time. Or like the Doctor is solving a problem and they're like, back on Earth, it's Christmas.
Are you hanging up your stocking on the wall?
I want to see an entire Christmas special that's just Mickey in a garage while that plays. And the whole special is him fixing a car slowly. Listening for the TARDIS, but it never quite lands. You go,
Never
okay,
comes,
mind then,
yeah. We just gotta listen to Slade for an hour.
Yeah. That's worse. There's worse things. It's quite a good tune.
I don't know if there is. For an hour, though, over and over again, I reckon you get pretty sick of it after 5 minutes.
You would, but that's Christmas, though, isn't it? Christmas is like the same 8 songs in rotation.
Not if you're smart.
What are you playing?
Or you're clever. Or you have any plans about singing
Oh,
tomorrow.
he's funny, isn't he, everyone? Well done. That's why you got those 2 votes. Another tweet comes in from A. At the Howler on Twitter. "This is the only true Christmas special in Doctor Who. Just like Still Got Legs is the only Doctor Who podcast. Once again, 10 out of 10, no notes. Need some mash with this, and hopefully Lawrence won't get too horny for Catherine Jenkins or Amy or Rory." Well, I didn't know
Did
who
you get
Catherine
horny this
Jenkins
episode?
was.
No, that's true. You didn't. I don't think you got horny during this episode. I've not had to use my spray bottle on you.
There's not really been much call for it, I don't think.
No, there's not. Last week he was out of control.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Hey, River's back next week, though, so.
I'll be barking.
Gonna have to get your leash ready. And your muzzle.
I'll always say barking. I'll never bark on this microphone.
I'm glad, truly.
And the last tweet was too good not to. I'd already made my selection at this point, but I just had an extra scroll, and you know.
I know what this one is. I saw it and it killed me. I just saw the picture and it just made me laugh.
It's a fantastic image. If you haven't seen it, I'll encourage everyone at the end to go and follow us on Twitter to have a little look at it. Or don't follow us, just go and look at the photo if you want.
Yeah.
So it comes in from Kate's good friend of the show. "I am so glad we've moved on from Predator Amy, and instead here we can enjoy female characters like, let's see, Abigail, who falls in love with a man that she met first as a child about 4 hours ago," followed by a series of question and exclamation marks. "Can we go back to the timeline where Kazran has her locked up, please?" And attached is a fun promo picture of Catherine Jenkins for this episode with a big no kind of red symbol marked over her face, and in bold white text underneath, just the word in all caps, "nonce."
Brilliant.
You can't not read a tweet like that when it comes through. Fantastic work.
Amazing. Yeah, I think I saw the picture of that before I read the tweet and it just killed me.
So absolutely brilliant stuff. Thank you everyone that wrote in. Again, it's always very much appreciated. And thank you very much for listening, everyone. If you've enjoyed the show, you can give us a 5-star review. It'd be very, very much appreciated. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod. Be sure to go over there, check out what's going on, as well as using it as a place to drop your opinion on the episodes, and maybe we can read them out. Also, if you don't have social media, you can send them on through to stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com. Nathan, we have a Discord server. Don't know if you're aware of this.
This isn't what usually happens.
No, I'm just... You're aware of this?
Yeah, I'm aware of this. We do have a Discord server. You can come join us. We're close to 100 members.
Oh, very
At this
nice.
point. Yeah, so come join us. Get us over that threshold. Come join us. Have a good, fun time. Again, it's spoiler-free, so you won't be spoiled on the latest episodes. There's a specific chat for that. It's a very welcome environment. Everyone is very friendly and loving. Some beautiful people in there. Some uggos as well, but that's just me and Lawrence.
No. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Oh.
You panicked then.
I was like, what are you doing?
I know what I'm doing. This isn't my first
I mean, I
rodeo.
know there's some uggos in there, Nate.
There's
Please.
me and you. I told you about this. Anyway,
Oh.
yeah, it's a good fun time, so come and join us.
We're having MS Paint competitions. Don't know if you've seen this.
No, you're trying to start MS Paint competitions.
Successfully, I have 2
I
entries.
don't even think I have MS Paint. How do I get MS Paint?
You need to just type in MS Paint on Google and you can go to it through a website. It's fine.
Well, I have a MacBook, Lawrence.
So do I.
No, you don't let me.
You know I do. You just have nothing to say. Anyway, it's good
you're
fun.
not like me.
Everyone's drawing stuff. Well, some people are drawing stuff.
Like 2
Mostly
people
me.
It's you, and then like 2 other people who drew stuff. Everyone mostly ignored it.
Well, you know what? We know who the respected members are.
Lawrence mostly doesn't talk in there except for in the movie chat. where you can
Listen,
find
all right?
him. You'll only talk about movies, all right?
You capture my attention, I'm there, all right?
He's like, oh, you guys talking about movies? Oh, I love movies.
I'm just at the window, clawing. Someone let me in.
Let me into this movie chat.
Oh,
I
someone
love
talk about movies in here. Anyway, also we have, as Nathan mentioned up top, we have a Ko-Fi link. It's in the bio. If you do feel compelled in any way to help us run the show and toss us a nice little tip, that would be greatly appreciated. But again, absolutely zero pressure. These will always be free for anyone to listen to. So feel
For now, anyway.
For now.
No, they will always be free, no matter what. That's a promise. Yeah.
Nathan, we have another podcast as well.
We certainly do, Lawrence. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture podcast where every week we watch Indiana Jones
It's true.
because it's Indiana Jones time, Lawrence.
You listen to
We're
that? You
making our
listen to that
way-
Raiders episode? Yeah, I worked my ass off on that.
More like Raiders of the Lost Fart, am I right? Got him again.
punching the
That's
wall.
a joke that won't make sense unless you listen to the episode. Anyway, go check it out. It's a good fun time. We're making our way through all the Indiana Jones movies. We're having a great time. I say that we've watched one of them so far, but hey, had a good time.
It's a good
movie.
time. So far, we're 1 for 1.
Yeah, next week it's the racist one. So we'll see how that goes.
And he doesn't mean the general air of racism that comes with every Indiana Jones movie.
No,
he means the actual racist one.
The specifically racist one. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, join us for
How
that
amazing
good
is
fun time.
it that the racist Indiana Jones movie is somehow not the one with Sean Connery?
That is pretty
baffling,
pretty
right?
true. And also how it's not universally deemed the worst as well.
Which
So,
it really should be.
yeah,
The one that's
yeah.
universally deemed the worst, absolutely fine.
I've not seen it in quite a while, so I'm looking forward to it. And there's one I just haven't seen altogether.
There
So
we go.
We'll see.
It's
how
going to
that
be
goes.
a good
It's the
fun
first
time.
one. You just spoke over my joke and ruined it.
I didn't hear the joke.
I said it's the first one.
It is the first one. I don't know.
You don't know what that means now, do you? Yeah, because I said, you know what? Fucking end this episode now. You just put a bullet in that whole thing. Lovely. Let's just fucking end this now.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. for the start of Series 6.
What an exciting time. I can't wait to see more sexy River Song. Bye, everyone.
Woof.